Okay, guys, so watch this for Friday, August 5th. This SPY, I always want to start with the SPY. It's basically still up in this range. This is an errant tick. I don't know why it's showing that, but it did not fall that far. If I go to intraday, and I wish that wouldn't show up on the chart, kind of messes up the chart, but you can see that didn't really happen. So going to 60s. We've just been in a range. We're actually in a pretty tight range from here to here, broke down out of that, but then we're right back up in that old range. So you could argue now that we're just in, a little bit wider range from here down to here now. And it looks like we're probably right about in the middle of that little bit wider range. So anyway, nothing too exciting in the SPY, summer trading, and we'll just keep doing what we're doing in the chat, which is look for individual names to trade while the SPY does nothing. And it's been a fantastic summer. So KOOL announced, I believe they announced a secondary, but it wasn't very big. I think it was under 1 million shares or something. So it gapped down today, but it did find support where it had support before. I like this one for potential turn back up tomorrow. Again, only with a proper intraday setup. TOPS, low floater, traded over 20 million shares 4 sessions ago. Down to 348,000 today, and a nice pullback. And this did pop on earnings, so 3 days lower now. Makes this one very interesting for a possible turn back up. SINO, another shipper, same thing, had the gap up, rip, and now 2 days lower. This one might surprise us with a nice turn back up too. And another shipper, kind of the same thing, big spike, and then a couple days lower on declining volume. So the shippers might all bounce tomorrow, and those are a few to look at if they do. All right, CBMX gapped up today, but sold off. Just have this on bounce watch. All right, it's a lower float stock, so this can find support on an intraday basis and then break to the upside. Could give us a nice trade tomorrow. Remember, when you're watching these videos, I am an intraday trader, so I build lists of potential stocks or stocks that could give me a potential move the next session. I'm never I don't hold anything overnight, so keep that in mind when you're watching this video. I'm just trying to find stocks that I can make money on tomorrow. Okay, so HTBX had a really nice spike back here, another spike, came back in, and then big volume move over about 1.5 sessions. Now you got a couple lower highs. It's holding above 1. So this one I'm looking for a turn back up. This one can move pretty nicely. I'll go to like 15-minute candles. This is a really nice move here from 70 cents to $1.20, and then 71 cents to $1.40. Again, these are no, they're not 15. They're 165-minute candles. I must have hit the wrong button. All right. Anyway, you can see a really nice. Here's a 15-minute candle, 92 to $1.15. I mean, that's a nice percentage move. And then over about 45 minutes, from $1.06 to over $1.40. When I see that, I become interested because I like big percentage moves in short periods of time. So anyway, HTBX goes back on watch for potential bounce tomorrow. ZAGG gapped up, sold off yesterday, then today right back up to that 2-day high. So that one might just break through that 2-day high and move. I'm going to watch that one. GOGO, nice breakout today. I'm just going to look for a follow-through day tomorrow. XCOM, go to 15-minute candles to show this better, but this had a really nice move for about a week. Now you're, about 3 days lower, kind of sitting between the 8 and the 20 on the daily. And looking at it on 15-minute candles, this is the top of the spike. Then the next day, it never broke its 15-minute high. Yesterday, never broke its 15-minute high. Today, never broke its 15-minute high, but it does seem to be finding support. I like this one for a potential long tomorrow. Okay, HMNY. This one had a huge move today. And, it ended up giving back most of its move. Low floaters were just going crazy today. I'm going to watch that for the next few days because of that crazy move. You can see I drew a line, and this was actually under, let me switch this around real quick. It was actually under $9 when I called it in the chat room. It had this spike, and I drew that. I looked at the daily chart and said, hey, this one's starting to look good on the daily. I like it over 9, and then I not recanted, but I revised my idea and said I'm nibbling some at 8.95. Looking for a push through 9, then a high of day break, and then I said it might move to 10. Man, was I wrong, because it moved to 16. But you can see it did move to 10 literally in about 5 minutes. The thing was insane. So a nice trade in that one today. Kind of got lucky on that call because I had no idea it was going to go that far, but it still worked. Great teamwork in the chat room. A couple different guys put that on my radar, so I don't deserve credit for it, but once I saw the daily chart, I said, hey guys, this might go, and it sure did. We're going to watch that for the next few days, okay? CHEK. Big volume spike today. And again, it gave back, you know, a lot of its gains, but I want to keep that one on watch. I'm just going to check some numbers real quick. It looks like about 9 point something million to float. And the headline announces agreement with GE Healthcare for X-ray capsule manufacturing collaboration. So that may or may not be a big deal. I think tomorrow will let us know better, right? So we're going to watch that one for a potential secondary move. And then lastly, I'm going to put OPTT on radar. We had it on bounce watch when it looked like this, and then it gapped down and gave a beautiful setup, and I completely missed it. And now if you switch to 15-minute candles, you can see it had a real nice move from like 720 low here all the way to 10, almost 1050 over the course of a session and a half. So now it's whittling its way back down. But anytime, again, this OPTT is just a huge mover when it moves. I don't know. You know, it looks like, okay, now it's going to head back down because you got the topping tail. But let's just keep that one on our radar, all right? Because a lot of times, you know, when a stock proves it can move really hard to the upside, sellers, shorts tend to cover pretty quick on any kind of a move. So this is a decent setup for like maybe a narrow intraday range for the opening half hour or so, and then maybe an upside break. Anyway, who knows how it's going to trade, but it's absolutely worth having on a chart. We'll also add a list of gappers in the morning too. Hopefully we'll find some nice gappers. I'm going to leave the list at that. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.